Art students, Brian Proctor back again with another video, and this one is dedicated to all of you guys out there drawing comics, you beginner comic book drawers who want to draw their characters just ripped, just busting out ripped, and are having trouble trying to draw all those muscles. Well, I say to you, stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. There is another way that you can draw your characters big, bulky, and strong without trying to make them ripped, especially if you don't know what the muscles look like when they twist and turn. So this video is for you guys, and yeah, check it out and see what I'm saying. You'll understand. All right, so let's roll. Okay, so I touched on this in the beginning, so let me go into it a little deeper and explain it a little bit more. A lot of people, especially beginning artists, they start drawing the anatomy and they kind of have an idea of how the anatomy goes, but their eye's not really trained, so they end up with maybe like one short arm or the one leg too big or just little things like that. And then they try to put the muscles on an already bad figure. And there are some people that can do the figure pretty good, but the muscles are off because they really don't know how to place the muscles or how they change when you move. So this video is basically to show you that you don't need all the muscles. I mean, it looks nice if your character is cut like this, but your character is not going to stay in one position. Your character is going to constantly move, and every time he moves, that muscle is going to shift and change. So what I've done here is I've drawn some examples to show you that all you need are a few of the basic muscle lines to make your character look good and strong. So if you compare the two, pound for pound, this guy could be stronger because he's more thicker. And the secret to doing that is the line weight. If you look at this guy, yeah, he's got great muscle structure, but I left the line weight really thin just to show you that if you draw thicker line weight around the muscles, it will pop out a lot more. So, and if you had a costume on this guy, you wouldn't need to see the ribs and every ab and, you know, all the leg muscles. There's just a few key muscles that you need to do or to show that your character is big and strong. So if it's hard for you to do the muscles, then try not to do them until you learn. So we have another pose here, and this is kind of one of the bodybuilder things, you know, to just show you the flexing of the muscles. And again, if you were someone who did not know how to draw muscles well, then this would really throw you off if you tried to put the muscles into something where you didn't know where they belong. So again, I took that and I took some of these extra lines out and just gave the basic line. And the guy is still powerful. He looks good and it'll work. And by not throwing the muscles in the wrong place, by trying to connect this line and that line and the other line, it still works. So as long as you have the anatomy right, you have the shape of the anatomy, then you're good. And basically all it is just knowing where to curve the lines in and out. And I'm going to do a video on that later. But I just looked at a subscribers. He sent me some of his work and I tried to explain it to him. So this prompted this video about that. Well, I was going to do it anyway, but this prompted me to hurry up and do it. So with this last one, and I'm going to draw a example for you guys. So we have another pose here with the arm sticking out, and this guy's jacked. If you look at him, you're like, you know, of course that would look good if my character would look like that all the time. But as I say, when you twist your character, when he drops his arms or when he turns his back, when he raises his leg, you still have to have those same muscles that you put here in that new position. So when he twists or when he turns, how does that arm look, or what's going to happen with that chest? So that's my thing I'm saying. If you're not sure how the muscles go, don't put them in there. Just do your basic muscle line. And once I show you this, I'm going to do one drawing to show you guys. So this guy here, he's still massive. So either one would be good, but since you won't know how to do that, this guy's perfect. This guy would make a perfect hero. He's big, He's round, and that's the thing. That's the key, just to keep the muscles round. And then you have a strong enough character that'll work. So let's do this real quick. Let me take a piece of paper and I'll show you. As I say, there's just a few key muscles that you need to use to make your character look strong. And I'm reaching for a pencil amongst all of this mess. So check out any of my videos and it'll show you how to draw a body. Let's put the glasses on. Okay, so torso. And torso is going to go around here. It's going to go this way because I want to do the stomach to the side. Like that. Here. It's going to be straight down. We're going to do the circle of the ball. The hips are there. Come up. That's your upside down house. Center line is at that point. And then your leg. Your other leg. And you should be able to do this by now. It might not be as straight as mine, but you should be able to do this by now. These little pieces here, or these shapes here. And let's do this. Let's put this one up. And the head, the neck. Okay, so that's your rough body without feet. I'm not worried about the feet. So you know the key muscles. You have your chest. That's a given. You cannot get away from that chest. You have to do the chest. So that's a given right there. And let's do this. Let's ink this to show you which ones are going to stay. Chest. You have your collarbone. You have your shape of your arm, which is your delt. And I'll just add a little line right here. You have your bicep, and then you have your forearm. And notice the shapes. So other side too, just that. I'm gonna bring this in a little bit. I'm not even gonna connect it. You have your bicep, tricep, and your forearm. And the curves are what make it. You have to know where to curve and where not to curve. By giving him a wide set of lats and a small waist. Same thing comes here and down. Now, this is the part that everybody wants to get. They want to get those abs in there. So you do the U, or the upside, or the mountain here, and then instead of drawing your abs, your or your six pack, take that center line, just do a center line and take it in like that. Take it in and then bring it out. And that, let's get crooked as all get out. But that will give you just enough, and then 2 lines on the side. That'll give you just enough to make the guy's abs look like they are flat and sucked in. So let's go down some more. There. Come up with the shoulder. Head. It's a given. Your neck. Now, already the guy's muscular without adding any extra lines to that. So let's go to the legs here. Knee. Down. Now that is, I'm not going to worry about the hands. Just a little fist here. Now, key muscles that I would put in. Other than that, you put in just a little bit of bicep, just a little bit. Maybe a little forearm. You really don't have to. Just a little line. Bicep here, curving around. You can bring this out a little bit more. Your legs over your knees is going to be, what is that? What is that? A W, shall we say. Like that, just a little bit over the knees and center leg. So again here, the W, a little bit on the center leg to give him a little bit of leg muscle. Right there in the center and down over the knee. Because this actually fits over top of your knees. That your knee is like this, and then that leg muscle fits over that knee. So one is low, the other's high, but you can do them both low and then it comes down, and then one side goes into the calf, and then the calf is like that. So that's your wrinkly knee, and then those muscles actually split. So that's how your leg. But all you need to do is just do this W for now over the knee, and maybe just a little piece in the neck, and basically that's it. I mean, if you want to separate that, you won't see that one. Don't worry about the ribs. Not really worried about the ribs. And then you have your muscular character. And that's basically all you need versus having to try to get the abs wrong. You got an ab down here and you have an ab here. And then you think, oh, this guy's, he's so muscular. And you got ribs here. And when people who know look at it, they're like, what is that? What's going on? And you have your arm here, and then you have your piece here. And I have seen people that try to over muscularize, if that's a word, their character. Well, all you need to do is that. Say like, we'll take this arm and then just add some line weight. And what I do, line weight, is the highest part of the circle and the lowest part. That's where I do my line weight. So right here is the highest part of the circle, and maybe the lowest part. And then you have a muscular arm. Same thing with, say, the chest. I'll do something underneath the chest because the shadow is there. Of course, your shoulder. Make the shoulder jump up a little bit there. And then hand, you're not really worried about the hand. And same thing with the leg. The highest part of the circle on the leg, so about right here. I'll just bring that up a little bit, make it a little thicker. And then back here as well. And then coming down, and then up the calf. And that gives your character a lot more definition. And then in here, I'll do a shadow underneath this part, because this part is sucked in. I'll do a shadow under here, and then maybe a little bit here, and then here. I kind of screwed that up with all these extra abs, but right there, and just take it down. And once you do your costume or clothes, then all this other stuff is unnecessary. So if I put whatever on him, straps or gloves or wristbands, on this guy, and maybe something right here, something that comes down here, maybe something here. See, that covers up a lot of would be needed muscle. So you don't have to have the veins coming from the arm, striations coming out of the chest, because that takes away from whatever you're doing. So like if that logo had to be colored, or that symbol had to be colored, then you're coloring over that little bit of detail that you did. So you don't need a lot of muscle in the beginning. The more you draw, the more you will understand it and be able to do it. But for the time being, just make parts of the body a little thicker. The tops of the circle, make them a little thicker. So if I had to draw him next to another guy, and I needed him to be more superhero-ish, to stand out more, then what I wouldn't do with this guy is I would not give a line weight. I wouldn't give a thick line weight to him. He was just going to be a regular guy. Or if he did have a little bit of muscle, still, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give him line weight. I would just give him just basic muscle shapes. And that way your character or your hero stands out. Even though this guy could be muscular, and he could have a costume as well, this guy's going to stand out more because he has a thicker line. And then don't forget your lats, because your lats determine whether your character is powerful or not. So you want to put your shadow, a thicker line there, coming down. So hopefully that will show a lot of people, or those people that are having trouble with putting muscles in, just go for more thicker line weight, and then your character is going to be powerful. So later I'm going to do a video on muscle shapes to help a lot of people that are having trouble to do the shapes of the muscle. So just practice on that. Do your characters. Do your minimum amount of muscle that you can. I mean, you can always say, I just add a little bit more, or just a few extra lines, not too many lines, but you don't want to go and try to connect every muscle. Now, I do that when I draw. I'll do that because for some of you guys, you're a little more advanced and you're ready for that. And I just want to show you what a muscle looks like and what it connects to, so that you can draw that, especially when I'm drawing my action pose positions of the week. But for the rest of you guys, the guys who are still trying to get your anatomy together, work on your anatomy, the shapes, the lengths, the sizes, before you decide to try and add every flexible, strong muscles in there. Because as I say, this is good enough. This is, you can tell this guy's powerful. If you take this guy away, you got a powerful character. You put your suit on him, put your cape on him, or whatever, your mask, the guy's powerful. Yes, that's good, but as I said, every time you drew that, or every time you change position, you would have to put those muscles in, and it's hard when you turn your arm this way, that way, this way, foreshorten, the whole 9 yards. So do your minimum amount of muscle. Stay away from trying to do that, because you get it in time. Don't try to impress anybody. Just try to make yourself know the muscle more. Then you can start doing that. So hopefully this little short video helps and you can understand a little bit more. And just because, here's my, what is that? This thumbnail, that's the thumbnail. Since I drew it, you might as well get a good look of it at it. So, all right, that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. There you go, that's a little better. So now you can see, because my camera likes to blur a lot after so many minutes of filming. So yeah, that's it. See you guys.